We don't know what's going to happen.
All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Bourbon Basement. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Steve.
And as you can see, I can't. What are we going to be doing today? He has set up this entire show on his own little plan here, so I'm just kind of flying by the seat of my pants.
So, y'all may be asking why Ryan's wearing a blindfold and I'm wearing a Santa hat. Well, I wanted to do, I got to think, the holidays are coming up, Christmas is coming up, and you got New Year's right after. We're probably all going to be going to a lot of holiday parties, and you may want to take some bourbon to these holiday parties. But maybe you don't want to take the normal. Maybe you don't want to take Maker's Mark or Jack Daniels or Jim Beam or Buffalo Trace, and you want
Step
something
outside the box a
bit. Yeah. So I got some that may not be every household, and I've got some affordable ones. So today I want Ryan. We're both going to taste.
I'm the guinea pig.
Yeah, but he's going to do a blind tasting. The only reason he has to wear a blindfold is because I have to pour the drinks.
See what they are.
But a blind tasting, and our bottles are going to range from 10 to 40. I'll show you all the bottles when I pour. We'll go over the tasting notes, aroma, all that stuff. He will come out of the blindfold when I'm done pouring. But we'll do a normal tasting, and when the tasting's over, we'll give him the stars. And when the star rating's comes out, we'll let him see which one he thought was the best out of the 4 choices that we'll have today. What you got going on there, Russ?
I'm just double checking, making sure that we're live. Everything looks good.
Okay, we are without our producer today. She is off doing some holiday things, and so we're kind of on our own and getting started here. And also, this is a totally unpracticed, fly by the seat of our pants kind of show. So we may mess up a lot. If you stick with us, though, that'll be fine.
All right, I'm back up blind.
All right, you're going to be blind, but the first thing I want to do is I want to offer anybody out there, we want to be your drinking buddies. Go grab you a bottle of bourbon.
And you'll be right up our alley. If you've got a nice cheap bottle of bourbon sitting on the shelf that you just sipping on, go get some.
You're blind. You can't see nothing, right?
I can't see it.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and start pouring.
If you got a nice cheap bottle, because like we said, these are all $10 bottles of bourbon to $40, just something on everyone's price scale. If you're wanting to try something new, take something new to a party, or even if you're just wanting to try something new in general, based on what I taste here, I'm not going to let price sway my opinion at all here. I have had good cheap bottles of bourbon, and we're going to hope that that's the case here this evening.
I have also already unpopped corks and everything because I don't want you to get swayed by the sound of the pop.
Do we have any screw tops?
I don't want you to get swayed by anything like that.
I get no hints.
You get no hints at all. And you're not trying to decide what it is. I don't know how.
I'm not trying to guess what it is, and I'm not trying to guess which is better. I'm just trying to say if they're worth it for $40.
No, you're going to pick the best one. So you're comparing all, yes. You're comparing all these to each other. All right? So I'm going real easy with the and
hope you're not ill.
This is number
coughing all over our cups.
2, guys. All right, our third selection of the day.
I do hear glass bottles, so we're not in plastic bottle range.
I would not suggest. I don't know. I don't drink plastic bottles. I don't know why. I just don't, and so I'm not going to suggest them. Not even going to attempt them.
If you go down the plastic bottle range, you might get a bottle of bourbon for $5.
Well, we will talk about price. And we will talk about everything after the final scores are in for him. Now, I know, but I will try not to let anything cloud my opinions of this either.
They say when one of your senses is blocked off, your other ones are heightened. I'm not getting that.
You're not? Well, you're going to be able to see it here in a minute. So I got one more pour.
For my nose and stuff, before I look at appearance, if this is the case with your senses and stuff being heightened, my nose might be better with the blindfold on.
Do you want to try it with the blindfold?
I might try it.
All right, so I'll give them to you then, if you want to try it like that. I didn't show my number 4 bottle, so oops. All right.
If we didn't mention, we are doing four 4 tastings this evening. It's going to be a big one.
So there's the number 4 bottle. Whoa, I almost dropped this thing. All right, so now Ryan doesn't know anything that's in here. If you have any of those bottles at home, go ahead and grab a glass.
Pop your cork and
or a screw top. You never know what we got in here.
I don't know. So that makes me think there is a screw top.
I have no idea. And you won't either. All right, Rice. So you want to go blindfolded for the tasting?
I kind of do, but I can do the appearance afterwards, right?
Yeah, you can blindfold while you smell. Take your blindfold off after that. We're just doing one, and we'll do all our tasting notes of one, and you can go on. If you watch our show normally we will pick a bourbon or 2, usually 1, maybe 2 if it's the same family like Woodford or something like that. We'll do a history of that bourbon, a short history, and then we get into our tasting. But today,
this is off the wall.
This is a holiday special, and next week may be another holiday. We may do it again like this next week, closer to the holidays with more expensive bottles. These are $40 down.
When does our next video fall
on? Well, Friday, but I don't know what day that is. Today's the 13th, so it would be the 20th.
20th. So that will be our last episode before Christmas. So that will be our Christmas special.
Ooh, maybe Santa will come that day.
Oh.
All right. So we're going to start with the number 1. You all know what it is, but he doesn't.
I don't.
And I will give a shout out to a guy I met at the Total Wine yesterday. His name's Area. Area, if you're watching, I hope you got this bourbon with you tonight, and you're going to drink it with us. Real nice guy, loves God, loves his family, and loves some bourbon. So
my water's over here somewhere.
You got a water.
Okay.
You got your cleanser, and you got that right there.
Okay. So
all right. So here's your first. This is number 1. We'll go with the smell. You need some. You want some coffee beans to cleanse your nose palate. Hold on. Right here, you dork. Right there.
Okay, that's not the coffee beans.
Oh, you want coffee beans?
I was expecting beans. I could have spilled this. Okay. So this is our number 1.
Number 1.
I smell a lot of grain.
You smell grain, see?
I smell weediness. This is right up. This is bread alley. This is like grainy.
I don't get it. I'm getting like a.
You're not blindfolded.
Well, true, but I'm getting like a cinnamon applesauce.
I mean, there is sweetness, but there's a lot of bread in this.
I get the normal charred oak, and I pull out some vanilla, but I'm really picking up like a cinnamon applesauce.
I feel like this is a wheated bourbon. I'm definitely getting your cinnamon. I'm getting a little bit of charriness.
Well, this is interesting.
I'm not getting a whole lot of your. I mean, maybe a hint of vanilla. That's just so much.
Everything
grain.
Is really mild in it. Is that?
It's not overpowering.
Mild? It's not overpowering. My nose isn't like flaring, and I'm trying hard to get these scents. Just a tip for anybody out there, if you're new to bourbon tasting or smelling at the tours that we take, we're not experts, but they are, I guess. They teach you to breathe in your nose and let it roll over the roof of your mouth, the palate of your mouth, and come out. It gets you a little bit. All right. You want to take that off, pop it up the top of your head, and look at the.
Do we got any tears?
Well, why don't you look? I got some whiskey tears. They're a little weak on my glass.
Hey, folks.
It's like it looks a little thin. The color's a little faint. Just a real light amber.
It's very light.
I'm going in for the taste.
Almost smells like vodka.
I'll give you a little bit of info when we're done. I taste cinnamon applesauce. Oh, this grain. Is the first one. So the first one, tell them about our tasting, how we do the taste part.
So in a normal episode, we're doing the tasting part exactly the same. We'll look at the appearance, get our nose. On the first taste that we do, it's just an acclimation sip. You're just trying to get your mouth acclimated to the burn. This one doesn't have a whole lot. I do have a couple sores in my mouth, so I'm not going to let that sway my opinion on the burn. But this one doesn't have much. Your second sip that you'll do is also acclimating yourself once again, and then the third sip that you go in for will be when you actually start trying to taste flavors.
After I took those drinks, look at those tears.
The tears aren't horrible.
No, they're all right. It's pleasing. I like to see that on the glass. So that's your second one.
I'm cheating a little bit.
How?
I'm trying to taste before I taste.
Well, that's what I did with that first one. I could taste the cinnamon applesauce right away. All right. This is my third. Are you on your third?
I am.
Okay. All right. So I don't get a lot of burn out of this. I don't get a lot of oak or smoke. I do get some tobacco-y kind of flavors. Do you get that?
Not really. The grain is just holding me on this one.
Well, that tobacco is like there at the end.
I taste a slight bit of char. There's like no sweetness. As far as my palate's concerned.
See, I got the cinnamon applesauce. It's not overly sweet, but it's got that little bit of that tinge of sweetness in there. And that pop of cinnamon is in there. But now you're going to compare this. So I'm going to
get a whole lot out of this, really.
Not getting a whole lot of flavors.
No.
I taste that cinnamon and then the applesauce and the.
I was getting more out of the nose than I am the taste.
Okay. Now, so since you're comparing, all right, you're going to start off. This is going to be a 3 for you. I'm just giving you. This is a 3-star on everything.
That seems.
3 stars on everything. You got to give it a 3 stars, and then you got to compare everything to this one, and then you got to compare everything to the next ones, and so that way you can get one that you're going to like. Do you see where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
Okay. So if this is middle of the road, everything's either going to be better or worse than this. And then when we get 2 down, it's either going to be better or worse than those 2. Now you can still tie at 3. You can say I liked it the same, and it'll still be a 3. Okay?
Whatever.
So this one's 3 stars all the way on everything. Okay? All right. You didn't save enough to put some water in it.
No.
I'm going to go ahead and put the drops of water.
I've got smaller pores than old Dad over here.
Yeah, I poured him smaller pours. I didn't know how long he was going to stay here tonight, but he's going to have to stay long enough for 4 of these shots to wear off.
I had a big lunch. It's all right. That smells sweeter.
That made it a lot sweeter. So adding some water, that kind of makes it where it's on the rocks, guys. You didn't even get to taste this, but I thought when I put it on added a little bit of water in there, it made it even more sweet to drink. All right, that was number 1, guys. Now let's go to number 2. You going back for the blindfold?
I'm gonna try to get my nose going here.
Okay. So this is number 2. For those at home that don't remember what number 2 was, you can't see, can you?
I can't. I'm even looking the other way.
Number 2. All right.
This one's a lot sweeter.
Yes.
I'm getting brown sugar, cinnamon. This is like holiday-esque.
See, I get the oak.
I'm getting the oakiness and stuff too, but
caramel, vanilla, those kind of normal things. Are you getting any nuttiness? I get like a peanut.
A little nutmeg. I was thinking more on nutmeg.
I get like a peanut. All right.
Well, it's a lot sweeter than the first one.
It's stronger. The smells are more potent in this one.
It's easier to pick stuff out of this one for sure.
Okay.
I'm even getting a little chocolate in there.
Nice. I like when I smell the chocolate, and I like when I smell the dark fruit, like cherries and plums. I'm not getting any of that in this, but
got a little more bite to it than the other one. Boy, it's even still sweet on your palate though.
I'm going for 2. I'll do every one, even if we do multiple shots. I do them the same way. I get acclimated.
I don't usually acclimate.
I get acclimated every time, and I don't judge anything until my 3rd drink. So
I'm gonna go ahead and start judging because I've got less in mine anyway.
go ahead. I'm gonna do number 3.
This one's a lot sweeter. I'm getting about almost the same taste as I was smells. I'm getting a little hint of chocolate. I'm getting some brown sugar, a little bit of cinnamon, some nutmeg. I mean, this is a holiday drinker.
Yeah. I also get the brown sugar. I get a little bit of like the way leather smells. I'm getting that kind of taste.
Maybe that's kind of what I was feeling.
A leathery taste. It's more spicy than the last one. It's got a little bit more heat in it.
A little kick.
Yep. I'm not tasting those peanuts or those nutty flavors.
I mean, just a hint.
We're going to add those drops of water.
I might actually do that because I didn't acclimate. Where's mine?
You can take your thing off. You done had the right here. Hold on. There you go. You won't be able to see how much you're putting in.
Am I even gonna hit the glass?
I don't know. You're missing it. You're on your finger. 2, 3, 4, 18.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Did I put water in mine now? You done got me distracted. All right. Number 2 simulates it being on the rocks.
I got a lot of water in mine apparently, guys.
I think it brought out spicy notes in the smell.
Yeah. Switched it to savory mode on me. What smell is that though? I don't like that smell with the water.
It brought out some.
It's almost chemically.
Really?
On my nose, yeah, that's like a cleaner.
Really?
I'm afraid to drink it. Are we sure that was water?
That was water.
We put floor cleaner in my dropper or something. Hey, this would be a non-rocks one for me. This would be neat.
On the rocks, it brought out more of the vanilla and more of the caramel notes.
It made it a little bit harsher on the finish. I'm not getting the sweet notes. I'm still, man, I don't know. Maybe chemically was a bad word to use, but that same scent that I was smelling is sticking with me on the palate. Not a fan. I drink this one neat.
All right. Well, take that out for a minute and let's grade this one. So number 2, appearance. Did you even look at it?
No.
All right, it's a 3.
They all looked about the same.
It's going to be a 3. All right. The aroma.
It smelled sweet. I enjoyed the 4.
You like it better?
Yeah, it was better than the other one.
I thought it was better than the other one too. The flavor.
It was also better than the other one.
So 4?
Yeah.
I agree. And the finish.
3. Finish was a little harsher, but it wasn't horrible.
All right. Well, I'm hold on. I was putting them in the wrong one.
Seriously?
Yeah. So you went with the 3. I actually was going to give it a little bit like a 2.5. So I'm going down. So
you didn't like the harsher finish?
I like the finish of the other one better. It was so. We'll.
Now, you all at home that know what these bottles are, you may be interested as to our results thus far, and him, but he would never let me know
As
the results.
of.
Which one you thought was going to be better, but our results thus far, you may be surprised. That's what I was saying to them.
Oh yeah.
Like if they know these bottles, they may be surprised as to what we're thinking of the two that we've had so far. I said, but even if you were surprised, you wouldn't let me know.
No, I ain't gonna let you know.
So now that we're on the same page,
sometimes it takes a minute. So between the bourbons, we drink water, eat some unsalted crackers or just bread to cleanse your palate a little bit. We smell some coffee. Go through your nose a little bit. Kind of cleanse that nose and cleans it out so you don't have any of that left over from the last one.
Lingering.
All right, look at the third one real quick. Look at the color.
It looks about the same as the other ones. I think they're all going to get a 3 on appearance for me.
Really, because I thought the third one, I thought it was a little bit darker and more robust.
I mean, maybe
and
a
I
little
liked
bit.
it. This was my favorite color on this third one right
here. It looks a little thicker. I mean, it's really holding at the top of the glass. You see the top of my flare.
This was just looking at them, and of course we had them all compared side by side here.
This one might get a 4.
This was my favorite color.
This one might get a 4. I mean, it's taken forever for the tiers to develop.
All right. Put that mask
4.
back on.
4 on appearance.
We'll give number 3 a 4 on appearance. I agree.
Number 3 a 4.
All right, he's got his mask on.
All right.
You can't see, right?
Can't see.
All right, for those at home that don't remember what number 3 was.
Ooh. This is interesting.
Okay.
Wow. That may be sweeter than the last one.
It jumps out at you with sweetness, doesn't it?
Man. It's a lot more potent.
I get a little bit more of the...
I mean, a lot of cinnamon. I'm getting fruity aspects of this one. A hint. I mean, this one's got kind of the same sense as the last one.
It does, but...
I'm not getting the chocolate, but I'm getting a nuttiness.
I'm pulling out a little bit more baked bread in this one. But I'm also pulling out like orange peel.
It's zesty, isn't it?
I peel.
It's like you flamed an orange peel into an old fashioned. You're getting that whiff.
Maybe that's kind of the whiff I'm getting. It's interesting smell. I don't smell that too often in bourbons.
This is the only bourbon that I can recall smelling anything like this. Well, it's nice though.
I like it. I like the smell a lot. All right, I'm gonna go in for my first sip.
I'm starting the tasting right off the bat. I don't acclimate on after I've had acclimation in the past here.
I continue to acclimate every time. So I'll do my second.
Boy.
Although, after you do that first...
Are these all the same proof?
I'm not telling you nothing until after this is over.
This is a higher proof.
Second one.
This is a higher proof than the other ones, guys. That's got the most kick out of any of them so far. You're going to like hearing me say this, but lots of cinnamon on the first taste. That's almost all I got in the first taste that I did here. Wow. Hit the cracker first try. I didn't pull out any of the fruitiness on the first sip. It was kind of just cinnamon and I don't want to say burned, but it's definitely got a higher proof and a little bit harsher of a finish than the other ones that we've had.
The finish it lingers. It's got some heat with it. It coats your tongue really well.
It is a little thicker than the other ones, so this one,
yeah,
the 4 on the appearance was definitely correct.
I get a lot of cinnamon flavor.
See,
I
and
do
now
get some of that bready. So it almost like a cinnamon toast.
I'm getting a lot of vanilla now that I go back to my nose.
I get almost a cinnamon toast flavor with this, which I enjoy.
Cinnamon toast is nice.
It is, but it's got a lot of heat with that cinnamon toast. So spicy cinnamon toast. I enjoy the taste of it. I'm not sure.
Honey.
Yeah.
I got honey in that one. So cinnamon honey.
I'm gonna add a little bit of water.
Cinnamon honey. I'm really trying to pull that fruit out of there that I was getting in the nose, but I'm not having any luck. It might be the cracker.
You want me to put water in yours?
Yeah.
All right, here. You got 4 drops.
Okay.
Spin that thing around. All right, simulating it on ice.
This one, I'm still saying this is a higher proof. Okay, it's still sweet, but it's not as potently sweet.
I get that. I get the brown sugar and the caramel more.
Vanilla's still sticking out to me. The fruitiness is kind of coming out. More of a raisin now, though. I couldn't pick out the fruit before, but I'm getting raisins. So plummy. That is what a raisin is, right? A dried plum.
Grape. A prune is a dried
prune.
Plum. Or not dried, but I guess withered.
Well, the blindfold is not heightening my intelligence. If y'all want to seem smarter, don't put a blindfold on, because you're not only going to look dumb, you're going to act dumb too, apparently.
I get some smoky notes on the finish after I put water in it. And I liked it better with the water. The finish was less harsh. It got that smokiness in there, and you kind of had that cinnamon toast and with some smoke.
I'm getting more char than smoke. I feel like there's a difference to me anyway between char and smoke.
All right. What do you think on? What do you think? So we gave it a 4 in appearance.
I just now had my water sip.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Good Lord, you want me to let the people know that they can drink this blindfolded and enjoy it, or what? I'm getting a lot of savory. I'm getting a lot of char. I'm getting hardly any sweetness with the water. I'm getting more, almost like a smoky bacon, like a hog. I still think I liked it better neat.
I think I liked it better with water.
Maybe I'm just a sweet kind of guy.
Water made it sweeter for me.
It didn't for me. It brought out savoriness for me. It was sweet before.
It just added smoke on the finish.
I'm giving. What did I do already? Appearance.
We did appearance. So aroma.
Four.
You're comparing it to the other ones.
4.
4.
3.5.
3.5 for aroma.
No, 4, 3.5.
So aroma, flavor, finish.
Yeah.
All right. So you gave a 4, 3.5.
Neat. I didn't prefer it with the water.
I also give it a 4 on the aroma. I enjoyed the aroma. I'm gonna also give it a 4 in flavor. And then for the finish, take that off. I ain't showing nothing yet. For the finish, you gave it a 3.5.
3.5.
I liked it with water, and that probably bumped it up to a 4 for me on the water. So
everyone's palate's different.
Yeah. So overall, that one.
We need a bigger blindfold next time. It puts the pressure on your eyes a little bit.
It's never been used. It's
seeing spots.
Special purchase for this program.
We should have made it a more fuzzy one or something.
I was going to get the one that had eyes on it, so you'd look funny. But I
think I look funny enough.
I went with the cheap one. All right, we're on our 4th one. I don't know how long this episode's gone on.
Honestly,
we don't have
without the history, it's probably about the same.
Well, I don't know, but we don't have our producer saying wrap it up, and we're repeating and everything, so we don't really know.
We're
may just
repeating
be
because we're
rambling
going
on.
through the same process.
Okay. Number 4, for your $40 and under choices for some bourbons to take to your holiday party.
This one.
Put that blindfold on. Let me remind the audience of
I
what
need the appearance first, and then do what we're looking at.
That's right. I'm sorry.
Looks very similar to the other one.
I like it. It looks like number 3. I thought number 3 might have been a little bit darker, and I'm a fan of the darker bourbons. But look, when you roll it around in your glass, look at that, where it stays up there.
It's got a nice line.
It does.
I'm giving it a 4. It's very, very comparable to the last one.
I too will give it a 4. So 4 on appearance.
I can't.
You got it?
Yep.
All right, guys, for you that don't remember what number 4 was, that's number 4. That's the one we're trying now. If you add a bottle, go ahead and get it. See if you can pull out some of these same tasting notes that we are. Or when Ryan takes his thing off, he can look at the comments, leave us a comment, tell us if you're tasting something different.
Apologies for the dogs. We don't have any producer keeping them under wraps.
We are in the bourbon basement, so
it is
whatever happens upstairs stays upstairs.
Well, it was down here and then it went upstairs. We almost made it through the whole episode.
Maybe we got a package. Maybe Santa dropped something off at the door.
Oh, I can't wait. All right, where did my This one's also very sweet.
They're all kind of sweet. I wish I had. So I'll give you all a little secret.
Go ahead.
No, I don't want to do a secret yet. I'll tell you a secret after this.
Oh, is it going to help me?
It might.
Oh.
I don't want you biased in any way.
I'm not being biased. This is my favorite aroma so far. This is a 5.
Really?
Yes. This I'm getting cherries.
I get a lot more. It's taking me a minute to pull out some.
I'm getting a cinnamon cherry. Of course, the cinnamon. We've said cinnamon a lot. Cinnamon cherry. I'm getting chocolate out of this one too. So it's almost like a cinnamon chocolate covered cherry.
Ooh, that sounds good.
I mean,
although I haven't got any of that except the cinnamon.
Ooh, sounds good. Can
do
I
you
have
do you get any of the baked bread kind of thing on this one? Because I'm getting a lot of.
I'm getting a little bit of graininess with nothing compared to number 1. That's all I got out of number 1.
I'm getting the baked bread. I'm getting like the toasted oak.
Now, once again, folks, I get oakiness out of almost all of them. I don't even say that in my nose and taste anymore, just because it's kind of a given. It's just one thing that I'm always picking out.
Let me just throw something off the wall, and then you keep
heavens.
your blindfold on,
Right.
and you smell this, and you look for this.
Where's my beans?
Hold on. Yeah. Do you get
All right.
fresh cut hay?
I think that's more I was getting out of the first one.
I'm picking up like fresh cut hay.
Is that a good or bad thing?
It's an unusual thing.
I think fresh cut hay or dried hay.
Well, I mean, hay.
Because like fresh cut hay is a weed.
No.
It just smells like weeds.
Like
Dried
right
hay
after
smells
they
like hay.
cut the field of hay. I don't know. It's intriguing to me. That's an intriguing smell.
You're off the beaten path of what I'm getting.
I've never smelt it before.
Are we smelling the same bourbon?
We're on number 4. We're a little bit. So the last 2 episodes, we've been dead on kind of with taste and smells. You know it?
Not on this one.
And this episode, like almost every one of them, we've had a lot of differences. All right, I'm going for number 1.
Yeah, me too. I don't know what. I don't think you're sniffing a different bourbon. Mm. Smoky blackberry. This almost tastes like a blackberry old fashioned. I don't know if y'all have ever had one of those, but they got a little bit of cinnamon. Most of them will even put a cinnamon stick in your cup, and then they smoke it off the top, so you're getting the smokiness, the blackberryness. Was this a mixed drink or is this just a bourbon?
This is just a bourbon.
You got an old fashioned without having an old fashioned.
All right, I'm going for my third.
Oh my goodness. I'm talking about my first.
All right. So it's got nice whiskey cheers, by the way. Yeah. I'm actually enjoying that bourbon.
I'm telling you, I'm drinking an old fashioned without having an old fashioned sitting in front of me.
Well, I'm not getting any of the orange tastings like an old fashioned might have.
I'm not getting so much that, but it's like a blackberry old fashioned where it's a.
I'm getting roast marshmallows on a campfire.
I'm getting not only char, but I'm getting smokiness out of this.
Yes,
it tastes like a smoked glass.
I'm enjoying that taste. I get the marshmallow taste in there.
I feel like you saved that one for last for a reason.
I didn't, because so my hint is I've never tried any of these 4 bourbons.
Have I?
I don't know. I don't know what you drink when you're not with me. But I've never tried any of these 4 bourbons. I didn't want to tell you that because I thought it might influence you, but
this one
I didn't try any 4.
It's got hardly. I mean, even being acclimated, I don't think this one's got a lot of burn to it. The finish is very smooth.
It does have a smooth finish.
If you don't like smokiness, though, if you have the same palate as me, of course, you might not like the finish because the smokiness kind of sticks with you. Yeah, smokiness sticks with you a little bit, and that's kind of what's left over out of the glass that I've had here is just a little bit of fruity smoke, which isn't horrible. I like smokiness. I enjoy a smoked glass with a bourbon. Wow, that's good. The appearance, it's the best one so far. I'm giving it a 4 was the appearance.
We
right?
gave it 4 on appearance.
4 because it was about the same as the other one. What is this?
Aroma. Oh, that's our pins. I was going to do something different, like let you judge and me judge, but I'm just kind of doing a combo judge.
Aroma, is that what I'm judging?
Yeah.
4.
I agree. Compared to the others, I agree.
Yeah,
it was about
the others.
It was about the same as number 3. I mean, not the same, but I enjoyed it as much. Now the flavor.
5.
Compared to the rest of these, I also give this a 5. And then the finish.
4.
And you and I are on the same page. So we have different tastes. Go ahead and take off that blindfold. We're done with that. We have different tastes and different smells, but the same result.
On the comparison scale to the other ones that we were tasting. This was a good bourbon, guys. I enjoyed that. Number 4 was by far my favorite. Even if it had some of the same ratings. It's just hard to give stuff a 5 even when you're comparing it to other ones that you didn't quite like as well. Definitely my favorite out of the 4, though. It was very toasty and smoky, though. I feel like that might have been a cheap double oaked or something. Like, because it was so...
All right, so now we get to the reveal. So you like number 4 the best.
Yeah.
Now, so I'll pull out number 4. Number 4 wins. It actually had a total of 17 stars, everybody. So number 4 wins. Number 4 was the New Riff Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. This one back here is the single barrel. I bought them both because I hadn't had either one of them. So number 4 is the New Riff.
I'm a fan of that.
I am too. I'm pleasantly surprised because...
Was that the most expensive one?
It was $40. This is our $40 bottle.
What a nice looking bottle, though.
I don't know a lot about this. You can read the bottle and just tell the people about this while I'm getting the others out.
All right, this just says Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, New Riff, bottled in bond, without chill filtration, 100 proof, 50% alcohol volume. And it's a sour mash.
And it's New Riff Distillery.
New Riff on an old tradition.
Yeah, and they're down in Newport, Kentucky. New Riff, $40, guys. That was our $40 bottle. So
Our high rye bourbon is bottled and bombed without chill filtration, exceeding the world's highest quality standard for spirits set forth in the 1897 Bottled and Bond Act.
well, it
Aged at least 4 years, 65% corn, 30% rye, 5% malted barley.
there you go. So it's a 30% rye is the second ingredient there.
65% corn.
Hold on, I didn't get to do this. So do a cork pop for him. Okay, it was weak.
well-
See, now that you would have judged that.
No, I was afraid to pull it because this cork's in there pretty good.
You would have judged that weak cork pop and said, "Oh my gosh, this one ain't going to be good." So
It is a plastic cork. Did you see that?
I did see that.
It is a plastic cork.
So that's $40, guys. If you didn't want to pay $40 and you wanted to go more for the $39 or the $30, not $39, I'm sorry, $30 bottle, this got 17 stars from us combined. This one got 16 stars from us combined. So it's the Ezra Brooks 99 proof Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. So they're both Kentucky Straight Bourbons. This one is bottled for Lux Row Distillery. Okay. It's number 3. It's 99 proof. This one was 100 proof. That was number 3, and it got 16 stars and actually got second place.
Also a good bourbon.
Our number 2 was Larceny. It also is the small batch. You read about that one while I'm getting the next one.
I've never had any of these.
Well, good. So far you hadn't had them. I haven't had them either. We do have an Old Ezra 7-year-old up here. This Old Ezra here, I didn't read. I forget how old it was. Oh, it has no age statement. So it's aged to taste. That's what they like to say in the bourbon industry.
So this one's a small batch, 92 proof, wheated bourbon mash bill, 46% alcohol volume. Johnny Fitzgerald's weakness was fine bourbon. As a treasury agent who at the time was the only person legally allowed to carry keys to the rick houses, he gave in to temptation, freely taken from the best barrels in each rick house. What a guy. Those that contained wheated bourbon made with wheated instead of traditional rye, or wheat instead of traditional rye. These eventually became known around as the distillery as Fitzgerald barrels. Now, Larceny Bourbon honors both the superb taste of this lawless treasury agent and the legacy of the old Fitzgerald brand.
All right, so it's a 92 proof, and who's it distributed or distilled by? Is it Heaven Hill?
Bottled by Old Fitzgerald Distillery in Bardstown, Kentucky.
Bottled by Old Fitzgerald. So Larceny's bottled by Old Fitzgerald.
Old Fitzgerald.
Okay, there you go. So I've never had Larceny either. It's a 92 proof. So you knew that it was that these were higher proofs. You could tell that by you could tell that by the spiciness, I think.
And it wasn't crazy, but you could definitely tell compared to the other ones.
All right, so this got a 13.5 stars in our combined. So if you go down to the $20 bottle, guys, so I was trying to trick you because I did go and order from cost, and I wanted you to be tricked because I thought you wouldn't think I would do that.
I didn't think you would do that, but you could tell.
But it's also order of proof. And when you do a tasting, you should start with the lower proofs and work up to the higher proofs. I was going to switch these two, but then I said, eh.
Well, that doesn't work out great because people may think the more that we drank, the more that our palates got lenient.
I don't know.
Just because this one was last tasted doesn't mean that it doesn't deserve what it got.
I'm going to tell you that right now, this was 13.5 stars from us, 16 and 17. So that's a big jump in stars when there's only a 5-star system.
Yeah.
That's a big jump in stars. So these two were definitely hands down better.
This is a very good bourbon for the price.
Yes.
Just putting that out there.
I enjoy most in all bourbons. I haven't found one. I have found one, but we
have both found one that we
don't like.
We will get on that in an episode here in the very near future, just so we can be done with the bottle.
We have suffered through that bottle long enough.
We've got enough to have one glass apiece.
But have you ever tried any of these so far?
No.
All right. Now let me tell you, I'll bring out the last one. And this was recommended to me by Area, the guy I met. Super gentleman, by the way, if he's still watching. Hi, Area. Anyway.
I'm sorry that I crapped on your recommendation.
That's okay. That's what this is all about. We want it blind so people could know. So $20, $30, $40, 16, 17 and a half, 13 and a half stars. So that tells you kind of the price range of where you're going if you want to take,
you get what you paid for.
You sometimes you can find a good bottle that or an expensive bottle that really isn't that good.
On this.
All right. So number one, and actually in last place, all right, was the Benchmark Old Number 8 brand. It is a screw top rye, so I had it off of there so you wouldn't hear me unscrew that. I had all that stuff going. I've never had a Benchmark before. Area liked it a lot, and it was good. I can't say it was bad.
I drank it and enjoyed it, but it just seems so weedy. Weedy to me. That's the one that I was getting nothing but wheat.
Well, the mash is unknown, so I don't know what this mash.
I bet you it's at least
mash is, but it's a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. It's 80 proof and it's 3 years old. Now, so the straight whiskey, to be a straight whiskey, it has to be at least 2 years old. And something I found out when we toured Bluegrass the other day, that bourbon, I thought bourbon had to be aged for at least 2 years in a new white oak barrel, right? I thought that was how it had to be. Well, Logan, the young lady there at the Bluegrass Distillery, she said that bourbon only has to be placed in a barrel for a short time, like a lunch period. And you can call it bourbon if it's aged. It won't taste good, but you can call it bourbon. So if you, just a little hint to all you guys out there, and it'll probably be inexpensive, if you see something that just says bourbon whiskey, and doesn't say Kentucky straight bourbon, then it's aged less than 2 years. If it just says bourbon whiskey and doesn't have an age statement on it, it's probably aged less than 2 years. Now, so a straight bourbon has to be aged at least 2 years. Just going out there. And a bottled and bond bourbon has to be aged at least 4 years.
Okay.
But this one is aged 3 years. The Larceny, it's actually 20% wheat. Did you read the mash bill in it? So it's a 68 corn, 20% wheat, and 12% malted barley. The Old Ezra was kind of unique because malted barley is actually its second ingredient. It's a 78% corn, 10% rye, and 12% malted barley. So that may be why we pulled out some of those notes in it.
You were getting hay. No, that was on the last one.
No, that was this one. I got the hay smell. The smell was hay. Anyway, so
sorry,
our holiday.
I don't know where he's getting hay.
I got it. So but it was intriguing, right? I mean, I was intrigued by it.
I tried to pull it out and just couldn't get anything.
Hey, I got a text that I thought I would see light up. But I've just got a text in there that says Larceny is a Heaven Hill product, which I thought it was, but
well, it didn't say. It just said bottled by the Fitzgerald in Bardstown. That's the only thing it says at the bottom.
Oh, Fitzgerald must be Heaven Hill. Thank you, brother. I appreciate the comment.
Yeah, shout out to Gene Boy for the little bit of tidbit.
Oh, and he actually sent an attachment. Let me see what that says.
I'm just glad he learned how to silence his phone.
I did silence my phone, but it's still on for any comments that come from family. He sent me the thing right there where you read about it. All right. You don't have to read it. I'm just saying it's a Heaven Hill product. So, Gene Boy's watching live. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
About the same thing.
I don't know was this episode good or bad. What do you think? I like the history and the things. I mean, this was fun, right?
I enjoyed it.
But was it fun for them?
They got to laugh at me being blindfolded and lost the whole episode.
I guess. That's kind of cool. So, anyway, just recap 12, 13 and a half, 16, 17, 40, 30, 20, 10. $10, guys.
A good $10 bottle of bourbon.
A good $10 bottle of bourbon. I mean, I would probably mix it with Coke or something. It's not that stout, is it? But anyway.
No, but $10. I was not even aware that they made any other $10 bourbons other than Kentucky Gentleman.
$9.99 a total wine.
Wow.
Yep.
You can get bourbons cheap, guys.
This one here was like maybe 22.
Drinkable. This is a drinkable bourbon.
This one here may not have been quite $30. It may have been like 28 or something. So if you don't want to pay, this one was 40. So if you don't want to pay 40, go with the Ezra 99. That was the second best. It was only 1-star difference.
I enjoyed it.
Gene Boy says it was fun.
It was fun. Hopefully, y'all got to laugh.
Thank you, Gene Boy.
A good amount with the blindfold on. Thankfully, I didn't spill anything. I'm proud of myself.
I'm proud of you for doing that.
I'm proud of myself. I almost dumped my water a couple times over here, but you know, it's to be expected. Hopefully, you all went on to enjoy. We'll try to think of something fun to do next week as well. 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday. That'll be our last episode before Christmas, so that'll be our Christmas special.
Is it 5 or 6?
6, sorry. I was thinking 5th day of the week. 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, guys. Don't listen to me. We've actually been live on time twice in a row.
We did sample 4 products tonight.
Low proof.
You might be feeling it a little bit.
Low proof.
And you didn't have very much.
Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My apologies. I was thinking it's 5th day of the week.
Do me a favor. So I've had some people that maybe have been on our YouTube channel that they go on there and they see we have no videos. Can you tell people like me that don't know how to get to our videos how to get to them?
I never put 2 and 2 together, guys, just because I know how the platform works. If you go onto our channel, The Bourbon Basement, no spaces on YouTube, when you click on our profile picture, it'll take you to the homepage of our channel. You won't see anything on there. There's actually a tab that says Home and then Live. You'll have to go to the Live tab, and that's where all of our live streams are archived on our YouTube channel. I got to thinking about that the other day, and I was like, our homepage doesn't have anything on it. It looks like a blank YouTube channel. But all of our live streams are archived on our YouTube. You just have to go to the Live tab, which if you look at the homepage, won't have anything on it. To the right of the homepage, there'll be a Live tab. Click on that, and you'll be able to see all 11. This will be the 11th live stream that we've done. Check them out. Go leave a like on it. Leave some comments. Say you liked it, what you'd like to see next.
If you see anything behind you, or if you go to TikTok.
If you follow us on TikTok, there is a complete walk around of the Bourbon Basement, which we plan on doing on YouTube eventually, but for now it's on TikTok. It shows, well, he's actually added some bottles since we did that walk around, so I guess it's time for another one because not everything is on there. But it gives you a complete walk around of the Bourbon Basement and the Bourbon Basement collection of bourbons that we have down here thus far. If you see anything on that wall that you'd like to see tasted, or if you have any questions about anything that you see on that wall, drop a comment on TikTok. I see them all. I run the TikTok page, I run the YouTube page, and everything. You'll be talking directly with me, and if I don't know the answer myself, I will consult with Dad over here, and we'll get the answer to the best of our abilities for you. But all that being said, guys, I hope you all did go on to enjoy. Once again, we'll be live next Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That'll be our Christmas special. We'll try to come up with something a little different again to do, maybe, or we might just do a regular episode if we get some suggestions of what people want to see. Might make the episode a little more enjoyable, but I'm gonna stop blabbing on. Hopefully, y'all went on to enjoy this little bit of offset of a episode. Remember, guys, why drink alone
when you can drink with us?
We'll see y'all next Friday.
Hey, can I have a hug tonight?
No.
Oh, come on.
All right, Santa.
All right, I'll enjoy another Kentucky hug. I'm gonna go with the benchmark. I'm gonna give it another shot. I think I'm the first glass here, though.